Welcome, Spartans, to the highly anticipated Season 4 of Halo Infinite multiplayer, titled Infection. To no one's surprise, Infection will be the emphasis of Season 4, as the narrative continues to focus around Aratus' infection of Din. The progression in the story will be accompanied by a plethora of excellent changes and additions coming to the multiplayer. I'll be breaking down each section as follows, starting with the new maps. The new arena map will allow us to explore the breathtaking landscape of this redwood forest biome, rich with vibes of the classic map, Sanctuary. Look for strongholds to be the game mode of choice for this map, as it will showcase those with superior rotational gameplay. Sniper fights at distance and combat in the caves will allow for a variety of battles throughout the forest. Scar will be this season's newest addition to Big Team Battle. The banished mining planet triggers Mustafar ambiance, which will ensure for some unique moments that only Halo Big Team Battle can provide. Along with two new maps, changes to existing maps by expanding the field of play will enhance the experience when in the Infection game mode, new to this season. The rules of Infection will be familiar to Halo fans, but with the twist of having two different iterations of Infected. Those chosen to start as Infected will be the Alpha Infected, and will be seen more prominently with additional red holographic effects over their armor. The Alphas will start with camo and shroud screen that will assist them in killing survivors to make Beta infected, until no survivors remain. Survivors can defend themselves with a commando, shotgun, and threat sensor. Visual map effects tying into the theme displayed by the armor effects will be present, as distortions and digital lighting will immerse the player in this game mode. Equipment and weapon changes coming this season are going to make the battlefield more intense with the introduction of the Quantum Translocator, Threat Seeker, and weapon models. Once secured, the Quantum Translocator will allow a player to slip through space after placing then activating this equipment. Details of this new equipment include a cooldown timer, spawn settings similar to that of the Overshielder camo, a special kill if the enemy is present on the exit site at the time of activation, and the momentum you carry upon activation of the equipment will continue, opening up the possibility for some insane trick shots. The Threat Seeker is the next piece of equipment landing in Season 4. Much like the Threat Sensor, it will ping the outline of the enemy Spartans, but with the exception that players must be in the line of sight. Furthermore, the Threat Seeker can be thrown much like a grenade, and will only pulse out once. This equipment will focus on skill and well-timed use in order to gather information. Prepare to wield an increasingly unique arsenal of weapons, as the array of weapon models will be expanding this season. From the iconic battle rifle to the MA-40 assault rifle and MK-50 sidekick, you can now customize your weapon with barrels, and more coming with the future updates. Forge and multiplayer is seeing a long list of changes we'll run through quickly. Starting with Forge, new additions include a static water plane, more Forerunner objects, a universal blocker object, minigame mode, budget improvements, global and Forge simulation, changes to object limits, scripting budget, and runtime budget, a node graph, and lastly visual effects improvements. On the multiplayer side of things, Ranked Slayer will be added as a playable game mode, the rotational ranked playlist will last a month rather than 2 weeks, ranked leaderboards will be present on Halo Waypoint, and finally, we have career ranks to progress. The sandbox is getting minimal but good changes. The threat sensor will have an increased ping frequency, duration, and radius, but will now reveal enemies for a much shorter duration, from 2.5 seconds to 0.75. The legacy zoom toggle, which allows the player to choose how their zoom will display when entering and re-entering the scope of the weapon. Lastly, the campaign and multiplayer aspects of the game are being separated. At some point, once Certain Affinity has polished the Battle Royale mode, the setup may evolve to look like the Call of Duty title screen, displaying multiple game modes. All the excellent changes and additions coming to the game aren't all we have to look forward to, as 5 free themed events are planned. Highlighting this season's new core, there will be a hazmat and containment event. Expanding upon previous events, we will also be getting Teneray 2 and 3 and the second iteration of Cyber Showdown. As you rise through the ranks to hero in the new progression system, be sure to stay tuned for all the Halo news, collectibles, and clips here.